President Donald Trump is calling for the end of mail-in voting and expensive voting machines nationwide.
On Monday, he announced plans to sign an executive order that he says would help bring honesty to the 2026 midterm elections.
All right, so 12 News journalist David Chazanoff is joining us live this morning. You're outside of the Maricopa County Tabulation and Election Center. And David, mail-in voting is a pretty popular voting method right here in Arizona. We've covered multiple elections over time, and this always seems to be a popular method and with kind of a lot of controversy up until now.
Yeah, it is quite popular, Will and Allison. Good morning. So Secretary of State Adrian Fontes, he says last year in the 2024 election, roughly 75% of Arizonans voted early, mostly by mail. And across the U.S., it is quite popular, too, considering a third of people vote this way. President Donald Trump, he says he wants this to change.
We're going to end mail-in voting. It's a fraud. It's time that the Republicans get tough and stop it, because the Democrats want it. It's the only way they can get elected.
President Trump made the announcement on Truth Social, saying in part, elections can never be honest with mail-in ballots. The president's announcement is already facing some pushback. Arizona Secretary of State Adrian Fontes claims Trump's comments are false, inflammatory, and a direct violation of the U.S. Constitution. He says, quote, mail-in voting has been a cornerstone of secure and accessible elections in Arizona for years. Also mentioning how it was created by Republicans to help seniors, veterans, and rural voters. Fontes says mail-in ballots are supported across party lines because it works. Elections in the U.S. are generally run by the states, and each state allows smaller jurisdictions to run their elections. There are as many as 10,000 different election jurisdictions in the nation. Arizona GOP chairwoman Gina Swoboda tells 12 News the mail-in ballot issue has caused some people to lose faith in Republican leaders.
I would go further and say the ballot chase and the early vote in the last cycle helped deliver this election for Republicans. There were a lot of organizations very involved in that chase. However, the federal elections, it's up to the federal government how they're done. Now, I think following the executive order, Congress may have to act. I'm sure there will be litigation on that.
And it's important to note the president's announcement does not make anything final. Like Swoboda said, he still has to go through Congress if he wants to make any federal election rule changes. Reporting live in Phoenix, David Chazanoff, 12 News, Today in AZ.
Interesting to see what comes out of that. David, thank you.